Hey, what's going on, everybody? Sergeant F1 here, and we're back again. Been a little bit, just kind of been off my game a little bit, doing some different things, more streaming and more playing, and been so focused on just trying to get better. But today we're going to be doing a VOD review on Tfue. Taking a look at his match history here, we're going to be reviewing his 12 kill dub that he had. I'll be prioritizing rotation plays, each engagement, decisions, things like that. Just anything that I think is going to have a really good takeaway that we can incorporate in our own gameplay so we can learn from and we can get better and try to get into that top 1500 spot so we can go ahead and make some money. So just kind of what I like to do when I'm looking at the leaderboards, I like to look at their breakdowns. So I'll look at players and see kind of what are they prioritizing here? Are they prioritizing eliminations, placement? What's kind of the spread? Generally, what it seems is that it's very close. It's about usually around 50-50 almost between eliminations and placement. Some people do crazy amount of eliminations. Some people prioritize more placement, and it still can rank up in the top 10. But generally, it kind of looks like it's about that 55-45, something like that. So just honestly, I didn't even look before I said that, but yeah, 45-55. What if we look at him? We got 51-49. It's a pretty even spread. We got a 60-40, which is still pretty close enough, but more heavy into the eliminations. I'm sure if we watch his game, you're going to see him very aggressive. And then when you have Face Funk here, and he's more so on the placement side. But then again, it could also just be the way the games play out. Sometimes you just don't have enough good smart engagements early, or some people weren't just dropping. There is a little RNG aspect to how many people land around you at the beginning. Just little things that happen in the game that could cause your eliminations overall to come be bigger. You only have 10 games. But that's just one thing I like to look at. But let's go ahead and jump into the game and let's check it out. Before we do that, I'm just going to go ahead and plug my supporter creator. It's just Sergeant F1, just my name. Go ahead and use that in your item shop, and that'd be much appreciated. Thank you all. All right, so first things first, where did he drop? He decided to drop at Paradise. A lot of people do drop here. Honestly, I don't think drops are important, but I think you can make mostly any decent spot kind of work as long as you have enough chests and a resource to gather at the beginning. I think you can there's a lot of places you can make work, just whatever you feel confident in. And also there's some places that are probably going to be more people than normal. So how confident are you with your ability to fight somebody and have an engagement? Maybe you might want to have somebody might have only one drop, or maybe two people might go, as opposed to this could be a hot drop with 4 or 5 people actually showing up to Paradise. But it's Tfue, so he decides to go there. But for whatever reason, it's not letting me watch this first kill, but it's pretty much just a little drop. Not really to learn here. He drops before this guy, picks up, the guy's trying to pickaxe him, and then he just shreds him. So all he has right now is just a gray AR. He hears fighting going on, but you can see he's not going for a third party with just a gray AR. Not really a confident, loadout right there. Instead of holding he doesn't have a shotgun, so he prioritizes the shotgun over getting that heal, because just in case, I'm sure if somebody pushes him right now, he's able to fight them a lot more confidently than if he didn't have that. So getting a good healthy start on mats. There's a chance that if he got that kill and the guy's mats, and say that guy had a shotgun he had a shotgun early, he might have pushed early. But since he only had a gray AR and yeah, literally just a gray AR and a trap, he decided, I think that's what he decided, just to chill a little bit more and just get a good base going, because you can snowball from the health that you gain, the mats that you gain early when other people don't quite have that. See, I think he heard shooting over here in the back of left, but he's drawn in over here. Stink bombs right here going on. One thing that I find interesting is he didn't shoot too early. I think he really wants to get in there and get a good positioning before he shoots. What I'm saying is he could have shot around here, right? You see him? He could be taking this shot, and then again he could be taking that shot. I honestly think I might have taken that shot, but I think this is definitely the smarter play, because if he does take that shot, that guy could turn around and maybe he gets that kill right away, or just chill and then keep him at low ground. Instead, he can actually creep up, gets a good positioning before he decides to engage. Yeah, I was just about to say that he needs to definitely shield behind him, just for the potential that there's somebody over there. To spend the extra mats and shield. Every time I don't do that, I always pay for it. And then when I shield up, there's nobody there. But when I don't shield up, somebody makes me pay for it. Keep player outlines off just to see exactly what he sees and get kind of the intel that he has. Getting lasered again. Now this right here is super risky. How often? I mean, this is like a tournament, right? How often do you get sniped from taking a shield or something when you leave it wide open. And this area, people land out here. People land up there on like that thing right there, because sometimes there's chests right here. There's rifts possible spawn up there. Actually, I don't even know if they spawn up there anymore. But people do land up there. People also come up from junk. Well, it's not junk, but you know what I'm talking about. And then they might come over here. A little risky to be doing that. And I feel like I always get shot every time I make that decision. I'm like, man, I always got to tell myself, just all I had to do is put a wall there. And people actually also go up here. People do land up here. You don't know, all it takes is for one person to have a snipe there, and this crazy game that he has, and well, like all the points that he gets right here is done. And that whole match is done, is for nothing. Super unfortunate. It gets forced to shield or box in right here. Trying to beam this guy, get anything he can out of that guy. Unfortunately, nothing. Literally oh my god. He had like a little, if that guy didn't move, he would have been okay. But he moved just a little bit, and then Tfue did see that. Did he have any mats? He had mats too. I don't really know what he was doing. Oh, he was probably trying to get that peek with his sniper. I bet you he had his sniper out. Was trying to take a peek on Tfue. Almost positive that's what he was trying to do. When I first saw that, I was like, what was that guy doing? And now that I see he had mats, he was probably waiting for Tfue to over peek on the other dude and then get a snipe off on him. That could have happened too, because Tfue was peeking. So as you can see, there's not too much going on here. But one thing to notice, all right, who has the circle? He actually had this information for a while. I should have jumped to it earlier, but he has the circle. So he can really sit there, get his mats, grind that out, and doesn't really have to do too much. But as we see here, he decides to just go north and head towards the ice cream parlor. Now, the only thing I'm kind of interested also about is when he decides to leave. Now, 150, you can see these are his builds right here. 150 would make it the max mats. But he did leave a little early. He's at 120. I feel like I would have just stayed, get my max mats, or why not? But I mean, I'm sure he knows that he can. I don't know what he's missing. Maybe he got all the steel he needed. Maybe just rotating. I don't know. I probably would have stayed the whole time, but that's what I'm trying to think about exactly what it was. Maybe he rotates early, see if there's any kills that he can go for. Maybe he's going to play a little more aggressive, or just kind of see if any opportunities kind of present themselves by not just sitting in the same spot. Something to think about. I'm going to just wait for this next circle to close here. And boom. Pretty much has circle again. Does not have to travel. Here, I think you just heard fighting up a little bit north. Somebody died. So my go-to thing personally is to go straight to the middle at this point. I want to be right middle. I'll always pin. Here's a tip too. I like to drop my pin on every time the circle moves right in the center in case of whatever. Oy! Almost, man, almost, brother. That guy got so lucky. But yeah, I like to always put my pin right in the middle just so I know exactly where I'm going. And in case I take a geyser or whatever it is, I know where the center of the circle is. And I like to kind of position myself that way so when the next circle goes, I don't have to travel too far and get lasered along the way. I don't like setting up on the outsides or the perimeter. I like to kind of get right there in the middle. Looking, he's just out in the open, man. Nobody, like everyone's like turtled up and dude's literally just, not W King, but just very unconcerned. Like, look at this guy. Obviously, he's ready in case that guy peeks. Now he's just looking to geyser hop just around, get to positioning. Let's zoom in a little bit so we can see him. There he goes right there. I think this is a smart call right here. Instead of moving in towards he's pretty close. He's not quite the center, but with the geyser right next to him, it does put him in a position to be able to just get to wherever the circle goes next, or be able to get to the middle of the circle, wherever it goes next. Now I find this decision to be pretty interesting as well. I mean, why not? Oh, by the way, there's something wrong with their replay. He took a heavy shot, like a snipe, but it sounds like he's using his his suppressed SMG for whatever reason. I don't know why that's a thing, but it's a thing. But he's not using a suppressed SMG. He's going for a snipe. But like I was saying, why not put the pyramid over you? I think when you peek, you're running the risk. Plus, you can peek without it. You can't peek as good. Maybe that's it. Prioritizing peeking. But like right here, it's kind of open. Even though he did block. All of this ramp and then the pyramids and all that is to block the people on the mountain behind, to that side. There's people probably could hit him behind him. Like, honestly, like I would be peeking. Like I'm just trying to get inside the mind of him and seeing what's going on. But I would be like taking those shots from a window peek inside my base. I'm just wondering, maybe he's prioritizing the vision here, and he feels like he's safe enough from what the builds that he's already has, like kind of blocking those other sides. All right, just waiting for the circle to close to see where his next move's gonna be. I'm pretty sure. Also, one thing to look at, I didn't talk about, and while we can talk about that right now, is his loadout. Not using an AR. Not using an AR. Using in the SMG, the heavy snipe, and the pump. So it's pretty much prioritizing 3 stinks instead of an AR. Pretty much that close quarter combat right there. Unless you get the heavy snipe, he's very ready for close quarter combat. All right, right here, let's look at the circle. All right, yeah, I'm taking the geyser, going, tighten it up right there. Center pins around here. Let's see what he's going for. See, that's risky, man. Going right by this guy's base, he could probably get lasered. The guy decided not to shoot at him. When people hear that getting close to him, people start lasering. They do that to me anyway. Just find that interesting. Then this guy, and then the TV literally just goes right next to this guy, right here. Peeking up at him, seeing what's up. But literally building right next to another dude. I mean, the guy's not going aggressive. At first when he landed here, I thought he was gonna try to push this guy. I'm like, what? You're crazy, dude. But nah. He's just chilling. Looking for a snipe. Yay! Jesus. That is so good. Rue finally gets a snipe after getting so close so many times. He zooms in to see what he has, see if it's worth running down there. He's pretty good on mats, but he sees the rift. I'm pretty sure that's what calls his attention down there. He sees the rift kind of floating down. This guy goes down. It kind of glitched right there, but he sniped him right as he landed and hit that spot. He sniped him right there. Got another kill. Now you see him using those stinks because he's about to pick up that rift to go. So use a couple stinks, box up, boom, good. Now you see him using a lot of mats, spreading out, like just keeping the surface area wide because he can. He has so many mats. He just killed this guy. He's gonna probably just getting a good count on what this guy has, how many mats he has, and he's probably then just expanding. You have extra mats. You can expand right there. People aren't really gonna. They don't know where you are, so you're harder to stink yourself. People are harder to heavy snipe you. If they're just not gonna mess with you at that point. You're not even worth the bullets. Some dude sets up right next to him though. Heavy snipes that thing. See if you can get a shot. I don't even know what happened there. Looks like they traded shots. But he could afford to do that because he has a 50. Trying to capitalize on the fact that the other guy... That guy rips away. Trying to get some more peeks on him, but he's trying to capitalize on the fact that the other guy was shooting at him from the other side. Now, you can see kind of what he's thinking. We're looking at the circle. The circle's going down. You're just kind of playing. He has no reason to leave. He has a rift to go. He could play the low ground. He has a rift to go, and he can swap that out for the glider redeploy. So I'm sure the plan right here has to be go for high ground with the rift to go. You also have a launch pad, which is nice too. But go for high ground with the rift to go, and then swap that out for the glider redeploy, and then just play it out from there. But he has so many extra mats. Probably it all depends on what's going on with this next circle. Because if he gets circle, he doesn't have to move at all. And he has circle. Look at all these people. It's like, this is what I don't like, being on the edge like this. Being on the edge right here. There's so many people and then trying to have to rotate. If you already prioritize the middle, you never have to go too far. Like, these guys are going to fight. These guys are going to be fighting. They're not. All these people are not making it to the circle. That's just not happening. These guys are going to be fighting along the way to push. And they have like a minute to do so. A lot of people are about to die. And a lot of them are going to be right up here. But if you're already in the middle, you can just kind of ease your way and you're pretty much set up. Now your next move's all going to be dependent on this circle. It doesn't even show that he has the glider redeploy. Hold on. Fortunately, it's not showing now, like the kind of bug not showing his inventory, but he's going to swap the he still has the rift to go. He's going to swap that for the glider redeploy. This is his handy tunnel work that he did earlier. So look at the circle here. We don't need to look at him now because he's not going to make a move yet. He's just tunneling around, kind of peeking, seeing what's up. Tfue is right here, dead center of the old circle. He's just getting shot, but he's shooting it up, and that's the beauty of just having this crazy tunnel. So when he rips to go, he has to be making a decision right now what he wants to do. You can either go to this mountain right here, because he wants to get high ground. He's going to take the glider redeploy. You're going to look for high ground here. You can rift early. Probably not. You're probably going to rift late on this one. And then you could look for this mountain right here. But you know there's going to be people up there already. Or you can wait for you to rift on the edge of your circle and then go for this mountain, because there'll be people building up to it and trying to land on it themselves, but nobody really established on that mountain yet. And maybe you can be the first one there, establish it, and then hold it down from there. So he's probably going to be peeking, playing it by ear. Most likely, since he's going to probably wait, it just gives him the option. By waiting, it gives him the option to land on this mountain or land on this mountain. He's going to want to land on one of those mountains. Now look at the time right here, just waiting. There's no reason to go early. Also, it gives him enough floating time to find out, see what's really going on in this mountain. Storm's starting to go, he's taking some shots. Kind of wrecking this dude right there. But you gotta give up, can't tunnel. Picks up the AR this time. Drops the heavy snipe. Goes with the AR. Now you're looking. This is perfect right here. So like that, what he sees, the intel he sees, like yeah, he can go over here to this mountain now and secure this little sliver right here. Definitely, you can get in there, even land on this if you wanted to wait and float even longer. But look at all these pyramids. Nobody's up there. No one's like being active, looking, and no one's gonna make him pay for this. So he can literally land on top of their build, set it up right there, and just control that. Plus, if the next circle does go to this mountain, he's at the highest point and he has glider redeploy. You can literally just glide straight to it right there and also keep high ground, or just build across, or whatever he wants to do. This is legit the best position to be in. Tfue always finds himself in positions like that. I'm making sure he's got height. Though. Now, not yet. Right now, just kind of surveying the field, taking shots, seeing what he can get off. Got a pretty decent amount of bullets. Take some damage right there. It's all good. Now that right there, that shields the guy who just shot at him, who clearly was around back up there somewhere. So this shields that damage and allows him to still peek on the sides. Now these guys could shoot at him. Depends on where he wants to peek. So there's fighting going on here. He's just looking. He places that so those people can't shoot at him. And just looking for it. Just looking for the kill. Unfortunately, he's doing so much damage, he's just not getting the kills. This guy literally takes the most risky play. Like, this guy comes up with like literally a one shot, pretty much a one shot ball, and he goes that high in the air. That's not the play, guy. Now just lasering. He's got height. Now the one thing you want to do is everyone's using rips, everyone's using gliders. You have to just prioritize. Anytime you hear somebody doing that, you gotta make sure they don't land on you. So somebody almost took it though, right there. Good for him. It didn't happen though. But here, you just heard rips. You gotta make sure they don't land on you, because they'll try it. Then you see him stopping, not even focusing on the ground anymore. It's all about looking to make sure nobody's gonna land right on top of him. Looking up, getting people to stop, trying to get some shots off, finding anybody who's low. He has nothing to worry about here, man. He has glider redeploy. That's what's so strong about glider redeploy. You can play like this and be totally safe. I've even seen people. It depends. If someone's below you, you don't even have to put the pyramid in the floor. You just put the floors. And he drops down and builds here. I wonder if he could have just glided to here and built there, and then if the storm goes back, then he can just build back up towards it. But if it doesn't go that way, then he could just conserve mats. I'm not sure if he needed to drop down like that or waterfall down. Nice pick up there. And one thing I was supposed to say, so he decides to destroy that ball right there and pretty much go all in instead of focusing players. I think why? Because he didn't really, he doesn't really need the medium ammo anymore. He has a ton of SMG ammo. He has a ton of light ammo, and he's pretty much going to only be using the SMG from now on. It's getting to that range where that's all he really needs to use. He doesn't even need the medium. It's going to be ideal for him to use that. And so he just used the medium, take out that ball. I mean, it worked out for a kill, but getting people out of their balls early, it forces them to have to actually play and not have free rotations, which could be a death or they could kill somebody else. But it's more people off the board if you can get people out of their balls. Somebody ripped it. You just saw that. You got to make sure they don't land on your stuff, but he got knocked down. I love these kind of plays right here. If you're ever trying to retake high ground or something like that, go into the storm, take that little bit of damage, and then just turn around and build up and take the high ground that way, instead of trying to land right on them and allowing them to either box you in or whatever. Reinforcing with some pyramids, just looking to take people out. Really running out of builds right now, though. He has 3 builds left. 1. And that's pretty much it. He's going to jump down, not even going to bother with that guy. He knows he's very aware of how many mats he has. Very aware. Lands on this guy, unsuspecting, drops him, man. That's that Kovacs. I want to say right there, like, when he saw that dude under the ramp, like, my gut would be, go for him. Like, that guy's just sitting under the ramp. Like, I just got 1 kill. Like, I'm on that, I don't know, that momentum shift. I would have went for that guy. But he just, disciplined in where he is at. He just kind of like shields up and doesn't tunnel vision on the guy, shields up, and it works out because this guy above him, if he would have drove for that other kill, this guy would have been lasering him. So his instincts were right. He kills the other dude, runs through his mats, gets what he can get, and then he jumps up and just shields himself right there instead of tunneling on the other guy. Because this guy, he was able to shield the damage from him. He sees this guy right here, ready. Boom, full send, baby. Beautiful. Run right through, get those mats. Doesn't tunnel vision on that guy. Sees this guy in the end. Boom. Edge of the circle kill right there. Keeping an eye. Nice little peek. Keeping that pyramid on the floor right there, because you don't know. It's hard to hear. It might be too late when somebody comes under you, and they could heavy snipe the floor out from under you, drop you down, get a hit on you. They could, whatever, man. They could just pickaxe the floor, and you don't even notice it until it's too late. So putting the pyramid buys you that extra time. And this fast reaction right there, he sees a door, boom, shields that damage. Drops down. He 100% has to own that steel right there, because he would not be sitting there. Yep. He would have put a ramp or something in front of it. Rotating, getting on the other side. Not tunneling too hard. Keeping his bullets reloaded instead of just spamming that guy's wall. There's other people to worry about, not just him. Moving. Got a decent amount. So he has like 380 materials. 300 now. Still a decent amount. Beautiful high ground retake at the perfect time. So fast. Boom, right there. Literally just the perfect time. He sees that guy on the ramp above him, and right there seizes the high ground. And that literally puts him in the best spot he could have been. Now it's just all about it inching forward. He has 15 builds left. Not going so connecting, so it's harder to drop. Sees the steel coming out, knows people are running out of mats. I mean, everyone's low on mats. No one's really swimming in mats at this point. Watching. He knows there's 3 people left, being very cautious of that. Not really going for the trade there, more for keeping positioning. Now they're fighting. In full sense. Now you know you have the health. You know you have the health advantage. And you gotta go all in right there. You gotta feel confident right there. 12 kills, first place. What was that, 22-point game right there? That ain't too bad. That ain't too bad. So my takeaways on that is, you saw him. I mean, he wasn't really ARing a lot of people during on early game rotations, but he was using the hell out of that sniper. Not afraid to just keep popping off. He had the ammo. Just keep going. Definitely went for his early game fights, but he waited for the right time. Was very tactical about it, and not shooting at the first sign of an opportunity. Waiting to make sure he was in a really good position before he decided to pull the trigger and start fighting. Also late game, and that just how strong the glider redeploy can be. You're just holding that high ground, not having to worry about anything, and just and prioritizing people that are rifting down on you, making sure they can't. And I love when people also, when you're the one who's trying to retake the high ground and you jump into the storm for a second to then retake high ground. I love that play. I've been doing that more and more, and it's just literally people do not expect it as much. Just being very calm, not tunneling too hard into the end game. There was a couple kill opportunities he could have focused on that I might have focused on, and that I could feel the urge when I saw that dude under the ramp just to like get him. But I could feel like that's what I would have done for sure. But I would have definitely died to the guy above me. But he was very disciplined and didn't do that, and just kind of like boxed up and then progressed. Still got the kill from that guy anyway. Got the kill right after that. But I like the way he played right there and didn't really tunnel too hard. Well, thank you guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you like this kind of stuff and you want to keep doing more of this. I'm definitely going to do a couple more of these for sure, but we'll see what the feedback is and if you guys like that. I'm just trying to help. I mean, one, I want to watch these VODs myself, and I just want to help other people to be able to try to get better points and do better in the World Cup and get some money or whatever. Just you personally do better, so they can just feel good about where they're at. Or if you can't even qualify because you're not in champ division, that's also another thing that I wasn't even thinking about. These are the kind of decisions you would make in order to get to champ division, so you can then participate in the World Cup. Like I said, thank you. If you enjoyed the video, hit that thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll catch you all in the next one.